day I wake up to a new thing that the deep state or permanent government or whatever you want to call it that DC is mad about. This weekend, they were asked to just simply say what they do every day. I mean, this should be simple, right? Elon sent an email to all federal employees saying, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullet points of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager. Please do not send any classified information, links, or attachments. Deadline is this Monday, that means tonight, at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. That tall ask, I know. But again, this policy seems an awful lot like something that I proposed a few months ago. Today, he should have had every acting secretary in every agency. They should have sent out like a mass memo, be like, you have until close of business today to get a single note card. I'll put it on the desk, and it's got to say like a description of what you do every day. One sentence for that, and on the other side, one sentence for what you have done for the taxpayer equal to or of greater value than their prorated salary since 1201 yesterday. What do you do for the taxpayer? Anyone fails to do that, you're fired. Wild, huh? And then Trump today backed Elon up with this.
So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired, because a lot of people are not answering because they don't even exist.
Weird, huh? I'm actually excited to see how many people just don't respond to this. There's a hearing scheduled for this Thursday, whether or not asking federal employees to actually explain their job is even legal. Give me a break. This shows that you can just sue for anything. This email was like one of those CAPTCHAs that you have to enter before proceeding with your payment page on when you're like online shopping. It's, hey, are you a robot? Select all the photos with your job in it. None? Cool. You're gone. Elon explained this and the importance of it, saying, quote, the reason this matters is a significant number of people who are supposed to be working for the government are doing so little that they're not even checking their email at all. In some cases, we believe non-existent people or the identities of dead people are being used to collect paychecks. In other words, there's outright fraud. Yeah, but the DC machine somehow missed the whole notion of that. It's like the outrage is insane. And the liberal media has had this single talking point since day one.
Another example of total chaos, all caused by unelected Doge guy Elon Musk.
We're talking about how it seemed that billionaire and unelected first buddy Elon Musk,
almighty, albeit unelected Elon Musk, says millions of federal employees.
Well, the president just said it too, and 77 million people elected him, so? But since you're making the argument that unelected people shouldn't have this power, that's kind of what we've been screaming about for years, that the unelected bureaucrats shouldn't have this kind of power. I love how the left came full circle. They didn't even know it. No one elected Jack Smith, but he could subpoena anything he wanted from anyone. But Elon somehow can't send a frickin' email on behalf of the president, by the way? By that logic, no one elected Merrick Garland, Pete Buttigieg, Alejandro Mayorkas, but that didn't stop those jagaloons from prosecuting Jan 6ers. Spending billions on bridges to nowhere or leaving the border wide open that literally got Americans killed by those illegals and the drugs that they brought in. And during that time, no Republican made the argument, oh, those guys aren't elected. We made the argument that Jack Smith was actually illegally appointed, and sure enough, he was. And that got the Mar-a-Lago case put on ice because of it. Presidents appoint people, and they do what they ask. A ton of judges have ultimately sided so far with Trump on this. But Doge isn't in the Constitution. Well, neither is the IRS, the ATF, the Department of Education, the Fed, or 300 some odd other agencies, but here we are anyway. In fact, I'm glad you libs agree that agencies not in the Constitution should be cut. You know what? Let's just do that right now. We can agree on that. Maybe we can cut back to 1912 size of federal government before there was an income tax, when we still managed to have schools, roads, and a military. Any other dumb arguments from the anti-Doge people on the left? Which, again, was in fact created by Barack Obama? No? Didn't think so. It's like almost not worth arguing with these people. It's fun, but it's like talking to a doorknob. Elon Musk makes cars smarter than most of the people who are resisting him. And I'm going to prove this to you in a second. If you will notice, the email was to individuals because he wanted specifics, department, and someone, the type of government employee he was surely hoping to bring out, clearly didn't understand the assignment. Jen Homendy is the interim head of the NTSB, the National Transportation Safety Board. And I said interim because of the word salad that I'm about to show you. Hopefully we'll get her fired. Look, she took the lead under Biden. All right, so that's how you know she's not good. She took to Twitter and via email, and not via email as requested, failing to follow instructions again. She responded on behalf of all of her 433 employees. Now, tweeting out 5 things her agency did, which is exactly what he didn't want. This is how they hide their inefficiency. She said, 1, continue to investigate and support the investigations of 1,100 transportation accidents. Continue to serve as accredited representative for 81 foreign accident investigations. 3, continued to deliver transportation disaster assistance to 1,847 family members. Presided over 143 proceedings on appeal. Continued to fully implement executive orders and presidential memorandums. Well, apparently not, since DOJ was a presidential memorandum and you're not following the assignment. Did you personally do those things? No. Who was investigating those things? Specifically, were there 7 people on the investigation when you might have only needed 3? What does it mean to continue to serve as an accredited representative? This is word vomit. I used to be in private equity. If someone brought these points across my desk and tried to garner investment dollars with them, I'd be like, pound sand. I need you to quantify these things and how they make you effective. Oh, good. You presided over 143 proceedings on appeal. Oh, really? Did you personally? Or you must have had 143 people of your 433 employees sitting in on appeals for 8 hours today, right? No? Doubt that. We all know how these appeals go. There's a hearing, and then you wait 9 months before anything. So no, lady, you did not preside over 143 hearings today. You didn't do it this month, and even, this year probably. You may have been waiting on them, but you didn't attend them all day. And what do you mean you continue to deliver assistance for 1,847 families? Did you see every single one of those families today? I guarantee you didn't. That relief is automated, or at least it probably should be. And if not, you should be fired for how inefficient you are. I mean, even the VA figured out how to automate theirs. This is the ambiguous BS that Elon was trying to root out. This woman should be fired for cause, insubordination, or whatever else, because she personally didn't do any of those things today. Yet she didn't do them yesterday, she didn't do them this week, or that month, or whatever. Look, if you walk into a McDonald's and ask the guy at the grill, dude, tell me the 5 things you did today. Well, Mr. Musk, I cooked 400 burgers. I cooked 300 pieces of chicken. I did 500 batches of French fries. I cleaned the grill at the end of my shift, and I replenished the burger supplies from the freezer. This is what Elon is looking for. This is not like some ambiguous lyrical gymnastics. Our government is a morbidly obese sloth acting as a speed bump in the road to efficiency. There is an inverse relationship in the size of government and our freedoms. And more than 7 out of 10 Americans recognize that. They want DOJ to succeed. Government people work for us. They get paid in a role defined as a civil servant. And their response to the election results is anything, it's just totally not civil whatsoever. It's disdain. Anything Elon or Trump or anyone else in this administration does garners anything but civility from those same civil servants, from the people who are getting a paycheck from it. Apparently, many of them don't even think they have to serve anything but themselves. And somehow there's people challenging this?
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.